today's Ask Anthony, I received this email. It says, I am writing you in the hope that you can help bring attention to a shocking incident that occurred at the Clay County Courthouse on March 27th. On that date, I was required to report for jury duty selection, and unfortunately, my experience was traumatic and humiliating. And because of the nature of this story, the man you're about to hear from is asked to remain anonymous and that his voice be altered. So why did you decide to contact me?
So I decided to contact you because I want this to be brought to the general public, because I don't want this to happen again to someone else.
An embarrassing situation for this disabled veteran, but he feels his story needs to be told.
It was quite mortifying and humiliating.
The man says he requested to use the restroom after the judge had taken the bench around 8 that morning for jury duty, but a clerk in the Clay County courtroom wouldn't allow him to leave.
I told the lady that this was an emergency, that I needed to go to the restroom, and she told me that we would not disrespect the judge and that I needed to sit back down.
The veteran says he suffers from IBS, known as irritable bowel syndrome, and it's not something he can control. Out of embarrassment, he did not reveal that information to the clerk.
And she told me, she said, you need to sit back down. And this was spoken in a loud manner in front of, the other 200 potential jurors. Unfortunately, could not hold it any longer.
The man says he defecated on himself and had to sit in his soiled clothing for hours until the court took an hour break for lunch. He went to a nearby fast food restaurant to clean himself up.
I was pretty mortified with myself and embarrassed that I was there in my soiled clothes.
I reached out to the Clay County Clerk of Court's office and received a statement that reads in part, during jury selection, citizens may leave the courtroom to use the restroom before and after the judge is on the bench and during lunch breaks. It is against general courtroom protocol for anyone to leave during the selection process. Exceptions can and have been made. However, when citizens indicate a medical issue or other emergency, accommodations would have been provided if we were alerted. The disabled veteran says he wanted to share his story and hopes the court will consider situations like his where someone may be uncomfortable sharing they have a medical condition.
If I could prevent this from happening to one other person, whether it be another fellow veteran or another just a loyal citizen that's doing their civic duty for jury duty, then it's worth me coming forward.
So what should you do if you're in this situation? I reached out to local attorney Tad Delagal for advice, and he says while this is an unfortunate situation for everyone, legally you must mention you have a medical condition in order to receive accommodations. Remember, if you have a problem you just can't solve, you can always email me at askanthony@firstcoastnews.com.